Hello and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. I am Brainstorm Betty, and in this video we will discuss how to compare ratios. Sometimes we need to choose between different ratios because one ratio will benefit us more than the other one will. So we need to find the ratio that is more favorable for one specific party. There are steps that you can use in order to do this. Firstly, you need to convert the ratios to fractions. How will you do this? So if the ratio is given A to B, that would be A over B. The second ratio would then be C to D, and you would put that C over D, always in the same order. Step 2 would be to convert the fractions to decimal fractions, whether through long division or using your calculator. And then thirdly would be to compare the decimal fractions. And sometimes you would need up to 7 or more decimal places in order to do this as accurately as possible. Let's have a look at a few examples for practice. Question 1. Lerato and Dineo must share some winnings. They can share the winnings in two ratios, 7 to 9 or 5 to 7. Which ratio will be more favorable for Dineo? We will have two separate calculations that we will then compare. So we will have Lerato to Dineo in the ratio of 7 to 9, or the same exact ratio order, Lerato to Dineo, with the secondary option given, 5 is to 7. Okay, so we are looking for which one is more favorable for Dineo. Sometimes you might think that this one would be easier because it's a 9 and that one's only a 7, but that does not always mean that that one is more favorable. So our first option, or step 1 for our first option, is to take this and convert it into a common fraction and then a decimal fraction. So we take A over B, 7 over 9, put that into our calculator to make it easy, and we get that that is 0,7777777778 on the calculator screen. And this is because the calculator has rounded it off for us. Alternatively, for our secondary option here, still step 1, we have 5 over 7, and that gives us our decimal fraction of 0,714285743. Okay. These two fractions are obviously not the same. So here we have Lerato's one, because Lerato is put here, the 7 at the top and the 5 at the top there. So this would be for Lerato. For Lerato, this would be a bigger part that they're paying of the winning or getting of the winnings than this one. Let's look at this in the perspective of Dineo. So for Dineo, it is the 9 over Lerato divided by Lerato's part, which is 7. So this is still step 1. And I will write that down again, but I will leave some space there. So we will take the 9 over the 7, and we will get 1,285,714,286, and then we take the 7 over 5, and we get an even 1,4. So to compare these two, now this one only has the 1 decimal space, so we can only look at the 1 decimal space. If the first decimal space here was the same as that one, if there's anything after that, this one is bigger, obviously. This one is 1,2. This one is 1,4. This is obviously better. So if you're winning something, you want to get as much as possible. So if Lerato is getting less in this option than in this option. And Dineo is getting more in this option than in this option. Do you see how both of these are showing us that this option would be more beneficial for Dineo, or more favorable? She would get more of the money. So therefore, the ratio 5 to 7 would be more favorable for Dineo. So I've showed you both of the orders in which you can calculate this, because of the fact that sometimes you are calculating it for the wrong person, but you can still get the answer from that. If this one is less beneficial for Lerato than this one, then this one will obviously be more beneficial for Dineo. Right. Let's have a look at another example. Bryce and Tom must pay rent in one of two ratios, 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. Which would be more beneficial for Tom? So in this situation, we've got Bryce to Tom in 4 is to 5, or Bryce to Tom in 5 to 6. All right, so we now know that the person that we are looking for, whether it's the more, we now know that the person that we are looking for the outcome, more favorable, less favorable, is the person that we should have as the numerator in the fraction. So step 1, Tom is the second one. So we will do 5 divided by 4, and this will give us 1,25. On the second option, we will have 6 over 5, which will give us 1,2. Now, in order to compare this more easily, it's easier if we have the same number of decimal values, so we can add a 0 at the end there, and it doesn't change the value of the number, but it does just give us a visual, easier way of doing that. So 1,25 compared to 1,2. Now, in this example, it is rent that must be paid. It is money that must be given. And you would much rather like to give less money than more money. So in this instance, the 5 to 6 is the better option for Tom. So the ratio of 5 to 6 will be more beneficial for Tom. If you need any further clarity on any of these things, please pop a question in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you next time, and bye for now.